Update, refused to babysit my nephew after I broke my leg, but that didn't stop my sister and her husband from leaving their son with me and going on a romantic trip for 2 weeks. You're fine, and he's not a baby. So I decided, part 2. So I sat on the couch with my leg propped up while they vacuumed, dusted, and cleaned my bathroom. After they were done, we ordered pizza and watched a movie together. It was the best evening I'd had in a long time. When they left around midnight, Rachel hugged me carefully. Call us if you need anything, seriously, anything at all. We mean it, Jess added. Don't be a hero. After they left, I sat in my clean apartment, surrounded by their thoughtfulness, and realized something: my friends were more family to me than my actual family had ever been. The next week passed slowly. My leg was healing, but I still couldn't walk properly, even around the house. I was getting better at managing with the crutches, though I dropped a lot of things and got frustrated easily. Work had been understanding, letting me do what I could from home. My friends checked in regularly, sometimes bringing food or just stopping by to keep me company. My sister and parents hadn't called again, which was a relief. I thought maybe they'd finally gotten the message. Then, exactly a week after my sister's first call, my phone rang with her number. Against my better judgment, I answered. Hey, Monica, she sounded cheerful, which immediately put me on guard. Diane, I said neutrally. So Greg and I are celebrating our 10th anniversary next week, she gushed. We've decided to go to the Maldives for 2 weeks. Isn't that amazing? Congratulations, I mumbled, unsure why she was telling me this. That sounds really nice. Yeah, it's going to be incredible. Anyway, we're leaving this Tuesday, and we've decided not to bother with a babysitter. Since you're at home anyway, you can watch Tyler for the 2 weeks we're gone. I nearly dropped the phone. What? Diane, I still have a broken leg. I'm not at home anyway, I'm recovering from a serious injury. Oh, come on. It's been, 2 weeks? You're fine. Tyler's not a baby, he just needs meals, some entertainment, and a place to sleep. No, I said firmly. I can't do it. I'm sorry, but I physically cannot take care of a 6-year-old right now, especially not for 2 whole weeks. She exploded. You selfish bastard. You're just lying around doing nothing while I need help. You've always been lazy, but this is a new low even for you. I was shocked at her venom. Diane, I literally broke my leg. Why can't mom and dad watch him? They're supervising the renovation of our house, she snapped. They can't look after Tyler at the same time. The pieces clicked into place. The renovation was more important than me, their injured daughter, and now it was more important than their grandson, too. Everything made sense now. I'm sorry, Diane, but I can't help you, I said firmly. You'll need to find someone else. You're ruining everything, she shouted. We already bought the packages. That's not my problem, I replied, then hung up before she could say anything else. Almost immediately, my phone buzzed with text messages from her. You're going to ruin our anniversary trip. We can't get a refund this late. Why are you being so selfish? I didn't respond to any of them. What was there to say? She wasn't listening to reason. An hour later, my mother called. I considered ignoring it but decided to get it over with. Hello, Monica, my mother's voice was shrill with anger. What is wrong with you? How could you do this to your sister? Do what exactly? Refuse to watch her child while I'm injured? You're sabotaging her anniversary trip with your laziness. I felt my temper rising. It's not laziness, Mom, it's a broken leg. Even with a broken leg, you should help your family, she insisted. Family comes first. That was rich coming from her. Really? Is that why none of you have checked on me since I broke my leg? Is that why no one has offered to help me? There was a moment of silence on the other end. Those are your problems, she finally said, her voice cold. Well then, Diane's trip and Diane's child are her problems, I shot back. Not mine. Please don't call me again. I hung up. The next few days were blissfully quiet, no calls from my family, no text messages. I started to think they'd finally gotten the message. I was wrong. Saturday morning, my doorbell rang. I wasn't expecting anyone, and my friends usually texted before coming over. Using my crutch, I made my way slowly to the door and looked through the peephole. My heart sank. There stood Diane, Greg, and Tyler. I opened the door but blocked the entrance with my body and crutch. What are you doing here? Diane smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. She put her hands on Tyler's shoulders and pushed him forward slightly. We're dropping Tyler off. Our flight leaves tomorrow morning, and we have some last-minute shopping to do. I stared at them in disbelief. I told you I can't watch him. Greg stepped forward. Look, Monica, it's just for 2 weeks. We really need this break. And I really need to recover from my broken leg, I replied. I'm sorry, but no. Diane's face hardened. You're being ridiculous. It's just a leg. I gestured at my cast. A broken leg. Diane, I can barely take care of myself. You need to find someone else. Diane's face turned red. We don't have anyone else. Mom and Dad are busy with our renovation. That's not my problem, I repeated, starting to close the door. Greg stuck his foot in the way. You can't just leave us stranded like this. I'm not stranding you. I'm saying no to an unreasonable request. Diane suddenly looked calculating. Fine. We'll just leave Tyler here in the hallway. You won't be able to leave him out there. I felt a flash of anger. If you abandon your child on my doorstep, I will call the police. They take child abandonment very seriously. You could lose custody. Her eyes widened in shock. You wouldn't dare. Try me, I said, keeping my voice level. I've told you repeatedly that I cannot care for him. If you leave him anyway, that's abandonment. Tyler began to look scared, clutching his dinosaur backpack tightly. You're ruining everything, Diane cried, tears springing to her eyes. Our anniversary. Our trip. I refuse to be manipulated. You're the ones who planned a trip without securing childcare first. That's on you, not me. With that, I slammed the door shut. I heard Diane shriek in outrage from the hallway. You dumb bastard. She screamed, kicking my closed door hard enough to make it shake. I could hear Tyler start crying at his mother's outburst. You'll regret this. I watched through the peephole as they stormed off down the hallway, Tyler struggling to keep up with his mother's angry pace. When they were gone, I leaned against the door, my heart pounding. I'd never stood up to my sister like that before. I hobbled to the kitchen and made myself a cup of hot chocolate to calm my nerves. My hands were shaking as I stirred in the marshmallows. An hour later, my phone started ringing again. My mother. I ignored it. Then my father. I ignored that too. Then a string of text messages from both of them, which I didn't read. Finally, a lengthy message from my mother appeared. Monica, you are a terrible daughter. Your sister is devastated by your selfishness. They decided to go on their vacation anyway and left Tyler with us. Now we are forced to suspend the renovations on your sister's house because we have to look after our grandson. This is all because of you and your selfishness. From this day forward, we don't want any contact with you. You are no longer part of this family. I read the message twice, then let out a laugh that surprised even me. They were cutting me off? That was supposed to be a punishment? I felt a weight lift from my shoulders. Without hesitation, I blocked all their numbers, my mother, my father, Diane, and Greg. It was surprisingly easy to tap that block button, like cutting away a tumor that had been growing for years. You can click on share more to see if there is a part 3.